1523 Bible results for children from King James Version. Results 125. Suggested result Luke 18:15-17 And they brought unto him also infants, that he would touch them, but when his disciples saw it, they rebuked them. But Jesus called them unto him, and said, Suffer little children to come unto me, and forbid them not, for of such is the kingdom of God. Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child shall in no wise enter therein. In context, full chapter, other translations Bible search results Genesis 3:16 Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 6:4 There were giants in the earth in those days and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 10:21 Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder, even to him were children born. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 10:22 The children of Shem Elam, and Asur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 10:23 And the children of Aram and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 11:5 And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 16:1 Now Sarai Abram's wife bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 16:2 And Sarai said unto Abram, Behold now, the Lord hath restrained me from bearing, I pray thee, go in unto my maid it may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 18:19 For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord, to do justice and judgment that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 19:38 And the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Ammi, the same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 20:17 So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Abimelech, and his wife, and his maidservants and they bare children. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 21:7 And she said, Who would have said unto Abraham, that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. In context, full chapter, other translations. Genesis 22:20 And it came to pass after these things, that it was told Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah, she hath also borne children unto thy brother Nahor. In context, full chapter, other translations. Genesis 23:5 And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him. In context, full chapter, other translations. Genesis 23:7 And Abraham stood up, and bowed himself to the people of the land, even to the children of Heth. In context, full chapter, other translations. Genesis 23:10 And Ephron dwelt among the children of Heth, and Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the audience of the children of Heth, even of all that went in at the gate of his city, saying. In context, full chapter, other translations. Genesis 23:18 Unto Abraham for a possession in the presence of the children of Heth, before all that went in at the gate of his city. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 25:4 And the sons of Midian Ephah, and Epher, and Hanok, and Abidah, and Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 25:22 And the children struggled together within her and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 30:1 And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, Give me children, or else I die. In context, full chapter, other translations Genesis 30:3 And she said, Behold my maid Bilhah, go in unto her and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. In context, full chapter. Other translations Genesis 30 hours 26 minutes Give me my wives and my children, for whom I have served thee, and let me go, for thou knowest my service which I have done thee. In context, full chapter. Other translations Genesis 31 hours 16 minutes For all the riches which God hath taken from our father, that is ours, and our children's, now then, whatsoever God hath said unto thee, do. In context, full chapter. Other translations Genesis 31 hours 43 minutes And Laban answered and said unto Jacob, These daughters are my daughters, and these children are my children, and these cattle are my cattle, and all that thou sayest is mine, and what can I do this day unto these my daughters, or unto their children which they have borne? In context, full chapter. Other translations Genesis 32 hours 11 minutes Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children. In context, full chapter. Other translations